Hello, fellow warriors against consensus reality and lovers of truth, wisdom, irreverence, slayers of all Abrahamic gobshite, hypocrisy everywhere. Oh, and boy, are they ever. And yeah, it's a perfectly overcast day, very grey morning, just the way I like it. And while these convict gobshites keep asking me, "Ooh, you hate somewhere, son? Why don't you go somewhere like England or whatever?" I smile and I go, "Yeah, rural Ireland. Yeah, I'm working on it." I hate the sun. I wear it as a badge of honour by this stage. I hate the sun, I hate summer, I hate Australian beach culture and all that goes with it. And even to this day, whenever I hardly ever walk down there, but on the odd occasion when my path does take me close to the beach, and I see these surfy gobshites there, the 14-year-old, 15-year-old in me sort of wants to just go out there and beat the crap out of them. Because in high school they were the most racist cunts I ever had to face in my life. They still are. They're just hiding behind a veneer of niceness. But if you look deep enough, it's still there. These people haven't changed. They just pretend to be coffee connoisseurs now. Since when? The so-called Australian cafe culture. Yeah, since then. Since when? Yeah, that's right. Your dog can shit on our lawn. No fucking problem. Fucking cunts. But yeah, it's a couple of things lately, especially living here. Especially some of you might have been made aware of the. I will come back to what I'm talking about, but when you pay attention, the clown world nature of the way things are now, and the level and the depth of stupidity is absolutely fucking astounding. Take, for example, some of you may have been aware recently of the number one tennis player, Novak, what's his name? And how the Australian media and government have acted and have claimed, and I won't go into that. I bored myself to tears delving into all this shit. Yeah, more than I did doing my ex's psychology homework. I think I'm entitled to an honorary degree somewhere along the line, even though she was too stupid and switched to sociology. Who was the one doing all her Pearson coefficient ratio and statistics homework? I was, right? Because she was too busy being a mouthy cunt. And too fucking stupid where it counted. Meanwhile, here was this poor Hellenic kid who struggled with maths in primary school. I fucking hated maths with a passion. Even through high school, it was my Achilles heel, really. And what did I do? I decided to do survey drafting, and which most of that is maths as well. So I did get over that and became quite not too shabby at maths, if I say so myself. And but that is what it is. But the thing is, with this situation that the media here have been playing on and on about the tennis player, I mean, fuck. I stopped giving a fuck about tennis when people like Boris Becker and John McEnroe stopped playing. Alright, that was back in the late 80s. That's when tennis was interesting to watch. Especially John McEnroe's tirades against the referee. That was awesome. But it's an example of the level and the depth of falseness, of censorship, of fuckery, wherever you find it. And even in the so-called alternative media, where they keep churning out the same fearmongering. See, they do the fearmongering as well. I mean, there was one channel that claims to be all wonderful, and I won't mention the channel name. I don't care anymore. Through an opaque lens, Niall Murphy, right? I usually sort of had time for the guy's videos, but since this whole scamdemic started, there were holes in what he was saying. Like the other day, he was on the one hand he was bashing conspiracy theorists and blah, 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 and yet on the other hand he was mindlessly parroting the China bashing that Western mainstream media has, well, specifically not so much Western mainstream media, Australian, American, Canadian, New Zealand and English media, Anglo media, alright? Mainstream Anglo media have been churning. And he called it, yes, we're in the Cold War too. No, it's called an exercise in demonizing a certain country and deep level propaganda. It's like a deep tissue massage, but the propaganda one for the mind, right? And hopefully many of you have seen by now that everything is not what it seems, and whatever you're told by any kind of media, take it with a huge grain of salt, because most of it's fucking bullshit. I mean, hell, even when I'm discussing history, ancient history, history of the church with anybody, and I tell them the depth of depravity and falseness of the so-called Roman Catholic Church, quote unquote, they were neither Roman nor Catholic. Of course, Catholic is taken from the Hellenic word katholikon, which means universal. No, because they were so butthurt that those of us in the East were doing it first. And by the 5th, 6th centuries CE, yes, I know, OMB reviews, I'm using CE. Fucking kill me, you dopey cunt. Fuck, I hate hypocrisy. So by the 4th, 5th and 6th century CE, Rome, thanks to those wonderful German Gothic tribes, was a pile of rubble. Yeah. So all those Ostrogoths and Visigoths and all those wonderful German Gothic tribes, you're fucking legends, right? Ancient Rome was a bad exercise in out of balance ego mind. But when you talk about the real history of the church, people have no idea. People have no idea that there was no Roman Catholic Church before the Great Schism of 1054 CE. It was up until that point the one church. Now, because those fucking cunts got butthurt and they thought, oh, the little Bishop of Rome, which was kind of sort of rebuilt by then, to a degree, they wanted the Bishop of Rome to be the grand poobah of all the Abrahamic gobshites, right? And when they went to the Patriarch of Constantinople, yes, Turks, Constantinople. Don't get me started on those greasy gobshites. Fuck. But anyway, I digress. And they said, oh, we demand that you worship this pasty-faced gobshite, little boy-loving gobshite as Lord God the Pope. Of course, they were laughed out of there, right? And so they go, oh, we're going to set up a universal church. And you know how you've seen two children when they're around 3 and 4 years old, they want to play with the same toy? That's what the fucking Roman gobshites did, right? And so they decided to split off, and call themselves, oh yeah, we'll get back at them. So they say, oh, we'll call ourselves Roman Catholic Church just to spite them, and we'll call, he's not just the Bishop of Rome anymore, we're going to call him the Pope. So what they did, they they went and conducted in deep tissue historical revisionism like we've never seen before, right? And created a fake papal lineage going back to Saint Peter, whose bones are in the Vatican. It was actually the pagan Simon Magos. But anyway, and to the point where at one point the Pope number 6, his name was Sixtus. I'm not kidding. So it's one of the perks of almost joining the Greek Orthodox priesthood when I was 19. Studying this shit for the past, 36 years, right? And being able to read the New Testament in the original language. How did an illiterate Jewish fisherman expect to write perfect, flowing, classical Greek? But anyway, I digress. But that's what I mean. It's an exercise of falseness and cover-up and deceit and lying. Blatant lying. So when you watch the news, whatever, and just take it with a grain of salt. But, getting back to what I started with. It's... Growing up with any kind of trauma, childhood trauma, many of you have experienced it. It has the opportunity to really provide not only the fire to transport the lead into gold, but to become the crucible itself and the fire, which is what real alchemy actually is. It's got nothing to do with turning real lead into real gold. It's esoteric alchemy. It's looking within and turning an overblown, overactive ego mind into an enlightened being. And yes, we all can do it, which is why Buddhism is still quite popular. Has nothing to do with praying to a deified individual, no. Buddha was just a man who reached enlightenment, nothing more, nothing less. So when Abrahamic gobshites mistakenly say, oh, you pray to Buddha, no, they actually don't. Anyone can take what trauma they've been through in their early life and transform it into something great, especially now, when everyone is expected to be brain dead, obedient, mindless little drones, a cog in the machine. Now is the time to actually become who you're supposed to become. And now's the time to reach within and make yourself so much better than you were today and yesterday. Because that's the whole fucking point of this exercise, to learn, to experience, to incarnate into our current meat bags and learn what we can learn from this current meat bag experience. That's the whole point. And of course, to take the piss out of everyone who is an absolute gobshite, right? And if you're confronted by anyone who is a total gobshite, as a lovely Irish would say, go boil your head. It's, in my case, looking back at the high school years, it was pure hell. I was the one different person in my whole year of conformity, of conforming little pink-skinned fucking Anglo gobshites. And don't get me started on the Union Jack, but anyway. Or the British monarchy for that matter. Fuck. But even back then I had the size. These were little skinny fucking peroxide blonde scrawny little fucking Anglo-convict gobshites. I was twice their size. They weren't going to go physical with me. They wouldn't dare. So they did the one thing that was actually more harmful, emotional and mental abuse. And so that actually helped me to become the person I am today. So in a way, I do thank them because they ensured that I didn't become just a normie like them, right? So yeah, you take what you've been through in your life, and you let the process of alchemy happen, of inner alchemy. And by all means, and please do me a favour, question everything. And I don't know, today I was just in the mood to make a video, and I thought, you know what, yes, I'm being targeted on this little channel by YouTube because I won't pussyfoot or dance around with little code words because I'm afraid to say words. If I want to say feminism, I'll say feminism. If I want to say cunt, I'll say cunt. And if that means they're going to keep shadow banning whatever, I don't give a flying fuck, because as long as you handful of guys that thankfully listen and comment are still listening and commenting, I'll keep doing it. The irreverent, sarcastic lone wolf on guitar, speaking the truth, being a lonely path, out.